stopped the streaming and it started again. So I don't even know if like
Sorry.
same video or
Dang stepped on a cord or something.
yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I just went back and sat down. So it looks like it's nope. I don't know what it's doing. I'm going over no sound. And it started again. So
It's working.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, we're just going around in circles here.
Now it is. It wasn't.
All right.
No. Hey, we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
That's the software, so that doesn't even know if that one's working. But we'll just keep talking. I'm recording anyway.
It wouldn't be a bipolar opposite show if there was an immense technical.
I agree. Well, yeah, it's, that's the whole point of having
with the sound.
alcohol
I'm
involved.
Peeking back right now.
I always blame on the alcohol. That's the whole idea.
Oh, you are peaking.
I'm peeking.
It's peaking.
I'm loud.
For sure.
It's all right. I'm sure it's
We
fine.
got some loud people here, man.
Just shut up.
See, this
Yeah,
is what
you
happens
want-
when you
yeah.
bring a band on.
You
It's
said
just
you
like-
wanted it to get rowdy.
You said turn it up to 11.
There we go.
I
That's
specifically remember.
There we go. Man. All right. So we'll start with the loudest in the band. Go ahead, Jeff. All right.
No, you got to do it again. You got to do it again.
I'm Brian. And I'm
That's
playing
right.
with myself.
And bass.
That's right. You didn't see the whole thing. He babbled on. He was quoting Shakespeare.
He made a
You're getting
funny
the second
joke,
round
and nobody
introduction
heard
of
it.
Brian because he was like yodeling and everything when he first came on. You
It was
guys,
amazing. I
there was
can't
no
believe I
sound,
missed
so you
it.
guys missed it.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Connoisseur of wrong dots.
Yes.
Yes.
of
It's
what?
a specialty. Wrong dots.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a
That.
music joke.
Okay, got it. Hey, I've got some Doctor Who and nerd jokes. All right, so whatever. He's also you didn't hear me before because I was like doing this. He thought I was all being fancy. He's also brought me a little gift of moonshine here, apple pie, and
That's
see how-
whiskey.
No, that's whiskey. Shit.
Hey, what's
That's
your
the
name
whiskey.
again?
That's what whiskey. We really should have put some food dye in these or something, so I know the difference. You're right.
If you're just joining us,
If
Tony
you're
got
just
drunk
joining
before
us.
we got here. So this is going to be very interesting.
We're already this party's already getting started. So I'm gonna hold this in my hand.
Sponsors. High Life sponsors.
High life, yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Faced it towards the camera. High life.
holla. It's 900 number, so don't be worried when you got to call 900 number to order this. All right,
next
go
up.
ahead.
My name's Jeff. I play guitar and do shitty backup vocals.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
Before-
if we're all being honest.
And since the beginning part didn't have any sound either, they got a show coming up on June 11th.
June 11th at Hank's Pub in Dayton.
With
Yeah.
Come on,
Great
see
Clown
us.
9 and... Man, I can't...
Why? Why would you?
That's your joke.
Because they're the ones who got us a show.
No, I
We
know,
gotta
but
give
you
them
don't
a
remember
shout.
the other one.
Oh,
Great
now we're
Crowd
live.
Nine,
Oh, I
Bipolar
hope they're not on
Opposites,
you.
another band.
I'm sure they're not on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Sorry.
I'm
Give me just
sorry
a
about
moment here.
that.
We don't even know
Steve,
our
introduce
name.
yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
I'm fucking Steve. I'm
Fucking
extra
Steve.
blurry. Dropping sticks.
Yes! True story.
I'm assuming dropping sticks means he's the drum player.
Dropping sticks. That's his job. I'm Danny. I am the lead vocalist and keyboard player for BiPolar Opposites. And since you guys didn't hear the intro before, you can find us on iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, all that stuff. Look up BiPolar Opposites, Bars and Churches is the name of our first album.
And in case you are
Find us.
curious, we are brothers. That's why we look so much alike. In case you were kind of wondering, like, man.
I don't think anybody thought that.
Well, they think it when we're in public.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They probably didn't even notice. With
I'm the younger one.
The bad lighting. in
Haven't
here.
you been mistaken as the lead singer of Bipolar Opposites?
On a couple occasions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always tell them I'm
okay.
Daniel's butt double, like in videos. So, that's when they're like, "Oh my god, you at least." Now, I will tell you a quick story. Like Daniel knows this one. Back in the '90s, Alien Ant Farm came up with that song, Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
Well, they played at the Asylum,
did
a
they?
club in the '90s, and I went there like the week after they played. And the girl, like one of the girls in the club, she swore up and down I was the lead singer of
Oh, it
Alien
just
Ant
went
Farm.
with it.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, he
well,
did.
the more I did, eventually, but initially, I was like,
yeah, you are.
initially I was like, no, it's not me. But the more I denied it, the more she was like,
Yeah.
you are.
And I feel like I
Yeah.
have to say this. She must have been trashed. You don't look
She was
anything
pretty
like
good.
the guy from Alien Ant Farm.
She
I
was
don't even know
pretty
what he
good.
looks like, but I'm sure you don't look like
Well, we have bushy eyebrows. I mean, that is, and I was in the Marines at the time, so I had a flat top, and he had like almost a shaved hair, just a little bit of hair on the head. So
It was
I-
strictly that.
yeah.
Got the same haircut, so it gets got
It's the same guy.
Plus, he was in the same building the week before, so there were commonalities. I mean, if it was like in a California band that never came to Dayton, it was like I could see it a little bit odd, but
Yes, let me show you to the green room.
Make sure you're in the green room. I tried it at the end, didn't work. By that point, she's like, "Wait a minute, you're not." Like, God damn
This
it!
looks like a bathroom.
You're
The
such
green room,
a
they all look like this.
lead singer. Alien Ant Farm's an asshole. All right, so we already talked about it. Introduce everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Hank's Pub is Great Cloud 9 and Angels from the Gallows is the other band. So BiPolar Opposites, Great Cloud 9 and Angels from the Gallows.
Shout
June
out to
11th,
those
Hank's
guys.
Pub. It's going to be a killer show. You guys should come out and watch it. It's going to
Yes,
be a
sir.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I've seen you guys play there before. That was, you guys haven't played in a while, have you? Has it been a while? You mind putting your drink over there?
Yeah.
'Cause every time you slam it down, the microphone like.
Can you guys hear that when I do that?
Yes, there's no-
Sorry.
As if,
He's
as
got
if the
that
nose
big
sound was bad enough. Now we have the.
I mean, yeah, that's probably
Yeah, he's got
condenser
that big-
microphone.
Yeah, he's got that big metal ball in his glass, and it's just.
Clink, clink,
Talk about
clink, clink. Look at me.
More about your
Lead singers, I tell you. Look at me. All right, so you got the show coming up, but you guys are also in the works of working on your second album right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
How's that going along?
man, it's
It's getting there.
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
getting there.
It's about 95%.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I'm being honest. We got 11 songs going on the album. We've got 10 of them pretty much done. We got one more they're waiting on me for. So, but it's coming out.
How you feeling about the
It's-
second album? Like, is it going to be like similar to the first one of your? I mean, you guys have been playing for a while now. Like since I've known you guys have been playing what, 10 years? You've been close to it.
Yeah.
So I think I have pictures popping up in my memories
Yeah.
from like 2011
Rolled.
when you had like the mask, on and like
God.
No,
the
it's
weird.
been a while.
He was
That
going
was
to
like the,
he
that
was,
was the very beginning. He's
going to the fedora phase. And the fedora hat.
Don't look at me.
I remember the day you tried to put the mask on and it didn't fit
It was
anymore.
too small.
That's what happens on old
the
age.
mask.
That happens. It's like holy.
I tried to relive the past, and I was like, man, let me just try this thing on, and it didn't fit at all.
That's why that
Like
was.
My
face sticking
got
out of the
fat.
sides.
Yeah, I got a little.
And we didn't wear the mask after that.
I
Nah,
can't even
man,
imagine.
yeah,
We wore
I
the
just had to
mask.
start looking people in the eyes when I
But
played.
but as you guys play a while, a lot of times like change. I mean, you saw like with Linkin Park that has specific sound, but then towards the end, their sound changed a little bit as they were
Yeah, I
playing
mean,
for like
everybody
12 years.
progresses and comes
Yeah.
up
So-
with
Change their
different
wardrobe
sounds.
from fedoras and masks. Now we just roll out of the closet.
That was actual.
Remember, this is what they're wearing, like in all the
I
shows and
dressed myself
in the
tonight. I know you guys
videos.
can't believe it.
We
but-
Yeah.
played a show once for a supposed
I believe
record exec. Was in the audience at the show, judging
was
the
actually
bands.
at-
That was
at
at Hank's
Hank's,
Pub
yeah,
Yeah, that
actually.
was at Hank's Pub.
And so after we played, the guy like pulled us off to the side, to talk about us about what he liked, what he didn't like, all this stuff or whatever. And he really liked the music. The music is really, but he said we got to work on our look.
Our
And
image.
and we've always, that's.
He said I
Really?
look like I rolled out of the closet. That's where that all
Now,
stems
did he
from.
work with bands, or was he used to work with like Beyonce
he was,
and like?
no, it wasn't like Sony Music or anything like that. It was some indie label or whatever. But that was, and so it's always been a running joke with us.
Well, I was just wondering, like, who he was comparing you to, because I mean, honestly, it's subjective on what people wear and stuff.
We're a fucking rock band.
yeah.
We're not.
I do believe he told us.
We never
Not
give, there was no
BTS.
gimmick. There,
Yeah.
He was
Our
like,
looks
you
not
guys
really-
should wear like bow ties or something.
Bow tie.
Come out and match with suits. I don't know.
matching
Fuck off.
something or
Yeah.
whatever.
matching
We
fedoras.
play the same fucking
Like
notes.
Pantera used to. You remember when Pantera used to wear fedoras, right? Yeah.
And the tux t-shirts. Oh.
All the bands we listened to wore bow ties. I don't know. We never picked up on it.
All the bands I listen to wear both.
Wear bow ties, yeah.
I agree. It's like you had to go with the flows and stuff, and when Katy Perry was big, you got to change your look. So
The
you're
cones.
to the cones like Madonna, and you got to do a whole
Actually, none of us
Egyptian
have theirs
themed
big enough
videos.
for cones yet.
Why you say yet, man?
Goals, man.
But
Goals.
anyway, in terms of your question with the new album, yeah, I think it's different from the last one. I mean,
definitely
the thing with our band is none of our songs sound like each other.
No two
All of our-
songs are alike.
No two songs are alike. We got one that's damn near a country song on this one. We've got
getting
one
weird.
that's gibberish through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We got one that's like a
You're really not
Like a-
selling it.
It's
It's
gibberish
kinda
on
sounds
the
like shit,
one.
but it's better than.
like it's gibberish in a
After
good
mixing,
way.
though, it sounds great.
It's gibberish in the way that like a God,
Like
what's
a
the
gibberish
word?
song
Jeremy,
is
what
like.
sings that?
Pearl Jam.
Pearl, like Eddie
Eddie
Vedder.
Vedder.
You know, you can't understand.
We covered
that.
a
Or
Pearl Jam
it's in
song.
Nirvana. We just talked about Nirvana. Yeah,
Or Kurt Cobain, you could understand what he was saying half the time.
but you know,
As far as sound goes, we put a lot more time and effort.
A lot more time
and
in this one.
the mixing process, it's going to sound a lot
Oh,
thicker,
the recording and the mixing.
fuller. It's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna sound a lot better.
Yep.
I mean, we've spent over a year getting it working.
Almost 2
so.
years.
Yeah.
Because of the whole COVID thing, so we had to take a break and
Yeah.
just reschedule after reschedule.
We did start this in 2020.
Yeah, we did.
yeah.
What the hell were we thinking?
I think everybody's gonna like it. I'm definitely happy with it.
Yep.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears
Yes.
poured into this one.
I can't believe we're still a band. Like,
You just get out on the pages, you know, all the
Yes.
feelings, all the raw
Yes,
emotions. Just
yeah,
you know,
it's good.
It's been work,
man.
but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. I think people are going to be happy with it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
all right, but no ETA yet. You guys are still kind of working on
We're hoping fall.
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 It'll be fall.
Okay, very nice.
But
Now-
when's the next leap year?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah,
It'll be out on February.
You have to consider that
29th.
too.
We'll have a video to go along with it as well.
So,
Yeah, we're working on a video.
so real quick before we get to that,
Yeah.
real quick. So, are you guys playing any of those songs that are gonna be on there, or are you guys saving until this comes
No,
out?
We never play them.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we
you're
play
okay.
some
If you want to hear them, you'll have to buy this album.
That's
It's
a
the
lie.
only way you'll ever be able to hear it.
That's a lie.
Shit,
Some
now,
of them we've
now I
played
can see
out,
why
yeah.
they struggle to get a
Some
CD.
of them we played out. Some of them are we haven't played out really, or maybe like once. You know, at the hometown shows, we'll get them out and
Yeah.
and try
We
'em out.
hadn't played them out 2 years ago when we started.
No,
this.
we had not.
Right.
But
So,
they've been-
so the majority of people haven't heard
But
them yet.
in the 4
so-
shows we
Yeah.
played since 2020, I'm pretty sure we played them.
All right, so you can expect to kind of get a feel for the new songs. Now, do you let people know, or you just kind of like, because most if you've never been to one of their shows, they have a pretty rock solid fan base. So like everybody knows like all the words in there. So it's almost like an Asian karaoke bar more than it is a rock band, because everybody's just like they're singing their own version of their songs. You know, one guy over here is singing it as a melody, one guy over here is like just yelling it.
And
You know,
sometimes they get the words right.
so you
It's
can
exciting.
tell which ones are going to be the new songs, because everybody's gonna be like.
Yeah, they'll learn them.
They're gonna just be lost.
They'll learn
Like
them.
they don't know the words like
Well,
immediately when they
there-
start singing.
There's no words. It's gibberish.
Yeah, just gibberish.
One song.
One song is
One
that.
song.
One song, and everybody in the crowd can just go.
Yeah, they don't need to know the words.
It's all right.
But you are. So you say you guys are gonna be working on a music video. That's kind of.
Yeah, we've been shooting. We've got the same guys that are doing the album with us are helping us shoot a music video for this one. He's got some pretty good.
Is it for a new
high-end
song or
equipment.
one of your old ones?
No, it's for one of the new songs.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Shout out to Gino and Eric at Studio G.
Yeah, I was gonna
who've
say
been,
yeah, Studio G,
helping
man.
with the album, and Eric Stewart is helping us with the video, man. And I really like the footage that I've seen so far.
Very nice.
He's been going out to different locations, and he's got cinematic cameras and drones,
Yes.
and
We
it
got to
should be
push
pretty
Danny
cool.
around on a flat cart.
Yeah, that was
Now
dangerous, actually.
they tell you guys to wear some specific like bow ties or anything. Like, do they tell you to?
No,
They
No.
just tell us.
They know
Now,
better.
we watch the videos. It's gonna be like your music, like just all over the place. Like one scene is you guys like dressed like this, another one you guys are
So it'll
Could
come
be.
through.
whatever you're wearing that day.
It'll come through in the music video that we're still very much struggling with our look. But, the music will speak for itself.
All right.
Our wardrobe department's a little lacking. Underfunded.
Underfunded.
It's probably underfunded. I think when you guys first started, they go, you guys,
Low
a
budget.
lot of them just played for beer. And a lot
yeah,
of places
still do. Yeah,
still do.
Anybody want to hire us? We'll play for drinks. So.
Birthday parties, weddings.
Yeah.
They'll go as young as 6 years old. I mean, that's as birthday parties.
We don't want to make them cry.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
well.
don't like editing either. You know, so
For-
if you hire us for the
tough.
6-year-old birthday party, we're not going to edit. our
That's
songs.
right.
It's
Yeah,
Danny
just
will
to
show
deal
up with
it.
his piano, and that's
Oh.
about as far as we'll take
Their
that.
songs are pretty, can get pretty
They're all over the place.
They're a little
PG-13 at least.
some little
Couple
PG-13,
couple
rated R.
couple
Yeah.
offensive songs that maybe were more appropriate 10 years ago, but we still
We
sing
take
them.
pride in the explicit content sticker at the seat.
We do.
Yes.
Matter of fact, they're like, you really don't have to put that on. They're like, no, we're doing that shit. Put it on there.
Excuse me for sporting the First
gotta
Amendment.
pay
Right?
That's right.
I was getting ready to say First Amendment.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
If you had 3 more bad words, then you can get that sticker. Okay,
Yep.
let's do it.
Put them in.
Let's put them in
You're
each
right
song.
in a row too.
Right.
I'm not even going to try and word them. I'm just going to
Back to back. Back to back.
Right at the end of the song, I'm just going to
All
say
of a
it.
sudden,
We're
the
done.
album's got a new first track.
It's a hit.
That one's for the ladies.
This one's for the ladies.
Hey, I don't know what the rules are on your podcast. I don't know what your target audience is, so I didn't want to go.
The 3 people that watch, they don't give a shit. One day, in like 10 years, something like that, when I got like thousands of followers, everybody's on there, I doubt anybody's gonna even come back to these. I was like, I want to go back to like 2022.
Although I do feel like it'd be odd if you were like, it turns out my demo is like 11-year-olds. They love hearing short stories. And
With analytics, you can actually tell like who it is. Yeah, they're pretty much all like in their 40s.
Oh, all right. Then fuck
Mostly
it.
women, so
Nice.
don't get a lot of dudes like following me, but
A lot of dudes.
it's disappointing.
We don't
Like,
get a hold
I
of
like,
a lot of anybody following us, so it's cool.
so when I bring people on the show, I just explain to them, it's like, don't even worry about like how it goes because I got one person.
Well,
There's
what's
messages
funny
on
is
one
it's
solid.
good to do stuff
Do
like
you have the
this.
video on your phone right now?
Yeah, he's watching.
I'm a front man. I like looking at myself.
You're on the screen
I
right
know,
now.
but now no matter which way I look, I can see me. It's the same reason I have mirrors all along my bedrooms.
This whole video is gonna be like Danny just get like.
It's gonna-
I'm not
What's
even
wrong with
looking
this
at them.
neck?
Just
You know,
I'm
wake up
trying to
tomorrow,
see
yeah,
if there's
shit.
comments. I'm trying to respond to comments. Can you see comments on this?
Oh yeah, actually,
You're
I'm
trying
supposed
to respond to comments.
Well, if they come in, if they ask,
Are you on
you?
YouTube? Right? Do you
Yeah.
have comments? Turn your
Yeah,
phone
I'm on
side.
it.
Turn it
Oh,
sideways.
no, that one person.
But then I can't see myself as much.
Let us all watch ourselves.
Yay! Thanks,
Right
better.
there it is.
Yeah, thanks, man. Okay, so we do have one person that commented. All right, woo! Okay, that was actually just my goal for like the day, just like to
We
get
got
like
comments, people.
get like one view and maybe a comment or something.
Oh, I like to watch the comments. I've heard YouTube comment sections are great for your self-esteem. So
Well, they're great, even with the trolls, if you have them. Like, I go
If you
there.
have them.
I'm actually sadder I don't have trolls. Like, I don't have people go on my YouTube channel and like, God, you're such a douche. What a
You
piece of
suck."
shit.
yeah, that's audience engagement.
Yeah, and all I would be like, oh, I got 15 comments. They're all defamatory, but I'll take it.
Yes,
People
audience
watch.
engagement. This close to being
Haters
monetized.
watching count too, man.
Speaking of deflammatory, what do you guys think of the trial ending? Did anybody watch it
Go
like, religiously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
I only watched the
That bitch
clips.
crazy.
Yeah, my girlfriend Leslie,
I-
she watched it like every day, like in the background, just having it playing. But
I quit watching it, man. I had a feeling like he was gonna come through in the end because any little clip I seen of her, it was just.
she's
She's not even a good actor.
oh no, right. It almost seemed like it was a sitcom. But
I
honestly,
stepped on a bee.
did you watch some of the
you see
other
that
ones
clip?
where like reading off the text that Johnny Depp like read, and he's like, "Did you say that?" Yes. Something about a beep, 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 beep. Yes.
Once again, you're correct.
Yes.
You're reading it
Honestly,
very well.
I think everybody out there was like, been there.
It was a
I
script.
get it.
It was a script.
Yeah, if an unpopular opinion here, I think they're both pieces of crap. I think she's worse for sure.
I think
I
the-
don't think he's
What?
completely
I'm just so
innocent
glad
either.
as a country, that's what we
Yeah. Oh yeah.
have you met America? It's nothing really surprising about that. But honestly, I was thinking that probably the worst thing to come out of the whole trial thing was that whole stupid Johnny Depp walking thing, where everybody started walking like Jack Sparrow
Oh,
in all their
yeah.
videos.
My
and stuff.
favorite one, if we're talking about memes, is when she was talking about he had a jar of
They bring
Video
up
Jack
Jack
Sparrow.
Sparrow jar.
I've got a jar.
I've
That was
Yeah.
my favorite. I do it with anything. It's the memes, man. Even when Corona
all
hit,
about the memes. Oh,
if
those
there
are the
was a bright side of Corona, man. It was the it was
And let me
the
tell you,
memes.
it's like with the I didn't really get much into like TikTok like when in 2020 and stuff, but you see some really funny shit on there. People like there's like memes, but like just regular people making these memes and stuff, and they're just they can be pretty hilarious.
I wish I had that much
have
time
fun.
on my hands.
I don't watch real news anymore. I just watch
I
like
wish I was
TikTok
regular
news.
people.
I wish I was regular people.
Oh man! So before we get to the story, is there anything else you guys wanted to mention? How about merch? Like you have a website? We
We got
work
a
on that.
Teespring.
Did
So you
Teespring
can
on there?
find, if you search BiPolar Opposites on Teespring, we got hoodies, we got leggings, t-shirts.
Phone
Not that
cases,
anybody uses them
mugs.
anymore. Face masks.
Yeah.
And we
all
need to
that.
and we need
Underwear?
we need to get your site
No.
back up because
Oh.
We got underwear. You can pretty much.
If
get
we had
anything.
underwear, I'd be wearing it right now. I don't know why that.
And just so you guys
but
know,
call 'em up.
you guys still own the website because I renew it every Christmas for his Christmas present. But so we just
we
need
have
to
a
build it.
domain.
Yeah,
We-
yeah.
We have
But
a domain.
But I've already built 5 sites in the last 5 weeks. So if you need help with that, let me know. But
I need help
we need to
with
get it back. We need to get you guys back up so people can know where your
He's
shows
our
are at.
communications director, and he ain't doing a very good job about it.
A matter
I
of
haven't,
fact,
I haven't built a website in 20 years. I have no idea what
yeah, I switched over to Word. I
You
told
don't
myself
want
I'd
to
never
build
do
a website.
WordPress,
It's going to
but
be
I
all
did.
flash and
don't
like
even
flying
know.
toasters with wings. Like,
That's how my first website was. I mean, my first fitness website was like red. It had turning and everything, and I mean, you look on, you'd have a Caesar as soon as you launched it because everything was twirling. Shit, everything was fucking twirling. Holy crap!
oh, there you go.
But
By the way,
no,
there was copious amounts of acid in that apple pie.
he forgot to mention that part, or he might have mentioned it, but I wasn't paying attention because I was too busy like highlighting lines. And there's a quick thing for the few followers that I have. If you go to my site right now, I actually just I uploaded it. I'm rebuilding it, and it still has a lot of the template on there.
Spelling
So
shit.
you're gonna see a lot of like weird shit on there that like came with the theme I uploaded when I moved around. So it's gonna look very different than what you've been going to my site and seeing. So just bear with me as I try to get through it over the next week of rebuilding it because I tried like building on the side and then just uploaded it, but it was just a cluster. So I just totally replaced mine and I'm building it from scratch. But it's easy to do now. I told myself I'd never do WordPress, but it's what it is now. That's all it's really about.
by the way, Brigidi said BPO woo, and I just want to say, woo you, Brigidi.
and I just want to
Thanks,
say,
man. Love you.
I just want to say, subscribe and like.
That is our one follower. And we got
Well,
one.
now you got to share her.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
That's the reason I bring you on your shows, so I can take your 1 subscriber and add to my collection of 44.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Brittany. I didn't know. I
Who
didn't
do you think we're
can't
talking
see the
to?
picture.
Man.
Jeez,
All right, we're gonna get to
man.
my story here, but is there anything like last minute thoughts you guys want to?
Yeah,
Kinda
can I
shit.
add something?
Please.
You should come out with some stickers of you shirtless in a robe.
Uh-huh.
Start getting your merch game going.
I should. I am on Redbubble, and I do stickers for the T-shirts I make. So.
Like that
Huh?
style of picture right there.
Yeah, that's actually a cigar shop. I go around here. This is one of the
What's
guy
it
with the
called?
beard. It's B and
Yeah, you in
G's.
a robe.
Oh,
Yeah.
B&G's?
Yeah,
I've
B
heard
and
of
G's.
that.
Yeah, it's a good place. Go check them out.
Yeah. If you like stogies.
If you like stogies, which I love stogies. I'm a collector of everything: bourbons, stogies.
Smoke them if you got.
Smoke if you got. That's what I say. But yeah, so but so on Teespring, and then anything else?
Yeah, just go
Gonna
look
get your.
for us, man.
We're gonna
Go
get
find
your.
our
We're gonna get
stuff.
your CDs. I have to buy that still from like going to one of your
Tell 'em about the
stores.
numbers.
Or,
I mean, we have physical CDs you can buy from us. I mean,
but you can download that.
Yeah. That,
Okay.
You know, I tell people I got CDs and they look at me weird.
No, who's got a CD player? In
That's what I'm saying. They're like, what the
Our
hell is
next
that?
album is going to come out on an album.
Yeah, it's gonna be vinyl.
Fine.
We're gonna have
Nice.
some vinyls.
We'll get some.
So happy that came back.
They're gonna be $350 a piece.
But they'll come out with vinyl.
It'll be worth it though.
100 years are gonna be like, oh my god, look at these. Who
Look
are
at
these
this
guys?
dinosaur.
Who are these? Who are these mismats?
Right.
Misfits. Oh, bipolar opposites. And they listen to the music like, I get the name now.
Yeah.
I get it.
Makes sense.
All right, so we're gonna go and take a quick break. I'm gonna do some self promotion here real quick. Show you guys one of my commercials. They're gonna come back, and these guys are gonna help me read a story, and and then we'll see if we can get through this. I don't know that he said 16% in that moonshine. I think it was a little higher. That's feeling pretty toasty.
18. I said 18.
I mean,
I think every time I ask it, it goes up 2%. We'll see where it's at.
20%, man.
We'll
You're
see
fine.
where it's at. We'll see where it's at by the end of the show. All right.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. This
Always wanted
time,
to do
Bye,
that.
Brittany.
This
We'll be
time
right back.
babe.
with sound. All right, and we're back. And we're actually missing a few band members. Okay, when I told them how long the commercials were, I did combine them and tell them they had like a minute and a half. But
Spirit.
okay, we'll see if we still have sound after they sit down because let's wait for someone to trip on something. All right, looks like we're still good.
Oh,
And I want to thank our girlfriend Leslie for messaging us and let me know that the sound was off. I did an entire show once with like no sound. I was like,
Yeah, that sucks.
And I remember the very first episode I did. I wanted to play music on, so I had music playing on the computer. It wasn't that loud when we were talking, but it was so loud because it was picking up the sound from the computer that like you couldn't even hear us talking. It was like, my first few episodes were just a wash as I kind of got learned to do that. But I tested all this beforehand, but the problem is the microphone comes unplugged.
If that happens this time, you're not missing much. It's fine.
Yeah. It's only the first part that really mattered anyway. So, all right. So I'm actually going to take a break on this one because all four of them are here. I found a story for them to kind of read that has a few more lines. Huh?
We're bipolar opposites.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
The
bipolar
band.
opposites. All right. Amnesia Old Men. We also go by that. So my brother Daniel is going to be reading, and then a couple of the guys are going to be switching off on the voices. I'm going to sit back and just keep drinking.
So how are we?
Just follow.
Yeah.
Just want to pick one and we just alternate.
No, I highlighted whatever's highlighted. That's
Somebody's
what you
going to
read.
do the second half. There's two halves.
You do a page.
And you do a page. Or I don't
No. So there's two parts. So the first part, just one person reads. At the end, there's a spoiler. They're like aliens
That's
conversation.
when you guys switch. So
And you
somebody
guys can switch
Pick
that.
who's going to read the first half.
Yeah.
Well, you already spoiled the whole story.
Well, you know what? Well, that was the
no,
episode.
he's not.
Thanks so much for watching. You know what? This story came out like 3 years ago, so if you haven't read it, fuck you. You know, it's been out there. Spoiler alert has a deadline.
That's
It's
right.
like in movies, books, and everything else. It's like don't come out like the first Top Gun movie. Like, how's it end? You know, don't spoil it for me. It's been 20, 30 years.
Oh, speaking of, have you seen the new Top
No,
Gun? Maverick?
I need to go see
have.
it.
Everybody who's seen it
Hey.
says it's fucking great.
Hey, it's
I can't believe we haven't watched it yet.
All right, so I'm gonna give Leslie a hard time now. She's watching. So we try. I try to get her to watch. Top
Oh
Gun.
no, you're gonna put her out there. On the internet?
And let me tell you something. Now I love Top Gun. I grew up on it.
Yeah.
Same thing with all the other 80s. I try to make my kids watch Fly the
who hasn't
Navigator
seen that?
a while back. And one thing I realized when I was making them watch that and making her watch Top Gun, we remember those movies differently. It was a different time. Like Fly the Navigator was so slow. Disney movies back then
Don't
were
talk
like
shit about fighting the Navigator.
drama. I love it. I grew up on it. I love that. But I watch it now, and nothing happens for like 45 minutes. It's just 45 minutes of just bullshit. And I watched Top Gun, and I love Top Gun, but the whole time I'm like, yeah, I can see why somebody not from the 80s could be watching it. So I got to the point like halfway through the show, and I was like, and she's like, I'm not really into it. I'm like,
It's-
you know what?
it
If you
is
don't
like
get
a-
to watch it,
it's-
you just die. You don't get
It's
to.
like a pinnacle 80s
oh
movie.
yeah, for sure.
Well, it affected a lot of us when we were
I've
growing
heard
up.
the
you
new
know.
one's actually better than the original.
And that's what I heard too.
The new
So
one's very good.
Well, it's got to be better than the original. They made the original in the fucking 80s.
They made Goonies in the fucking 80s.
you can't beat the original
And-
Goonies.
and two Kenny Loggins songs back then. Playing with the boys.
That's not in the new one?
I don't know. It should be.
Did they bring Kenny Loggins
Oh,
back
they
to do
should have brought
music?
Danger Zone back, man. If the new one start, no spoiler alerts, but this is the beginning. Does it start with Danger Zone?
Have to.
Play the fucking Danger Zone.
here?
I cannot confirm or deny,
Uh,
but I will tell you this. I don't know if you guys ever been to the Inglewood Cinema, but that's where me and Brittany watched the movie, and it's only $5
Yeah.
a ticket all day, every day. Popcorn's cheap. Support local.
They're
business.
Yeah.
paid
Song in
sponsor.
the lobby.
Yes.
They played the song in the lobby.
Yeah.
oh, nice. That right there is
Yes.
worth it. That right there is worth it.
I
So, all
just
right.
made that up.
Just all right, you guys ready to get a story? All right, so
Yeah,
this is the
man,
story,
good.
hum. I don't even remember what what was inspired of the story. I just
Ruined it with moonshine.
I did. You fucking broke me. It was planned.
I can't do Schwarzenegger.
Was that what that was?
I'm glad I realized it because I was
It's
going to
gonna
do the
do-
whole story narrated in the
shit.
voice of Schwarzenegger.
Hold
I
on,
realized I
say,
can't do it.
Get to the chopper.
Not a tumor.
That wasn't that bad.
How much we
It
all
was
had to
like
drink.
Arnold with a little bit of like Spanish. Like,
We're swapping over the script when it goes to you.
Dr. Pierre
I don't
Hombre.
even- yeah, sure.
All right. When I'm gonna
Just read.
Okay,
We're
we're doing.
give them a minute to figure it out.
They're gonna work on their lines here.
He needs to know where the halfway point is.
Oh, you'll know.
We'll find
It's,
it.
yeah, it's a good. There's
Tony's gonna point at you.
it's a space in between. That's the
Okay.
second. It's like on the third, fourth page. It's on the second last page or something. There's a big.
Take these
There's a big gap in there.
Why are you wearing sunglasses inside?
Because I was trying to look cool.
Oh.
But then
It
I
was
can't.
working.
It was.
He's like, I gotta read.
Yeah, I gotta let me take my.
And I say this like every
These are
show,
not
like
reading
it's
glasses.
bright on the thing, like it looks bright, but I turn off the living room lights. I just have 2 little lights over here, and you can't see the words. Like it's so dark over here that you can't
Yes.
really read them. So
You guys ready?
Okay,
Get into this?
All right, let's do it.
Story
Let's do
is
it.
called Hum.
Hum.
Put my dramatic voice on it. I think if you guys do that the whole time, it really adds the ambiance to the story.
And it really can feel the insanity starting to build inside of you from the sound. All right, go ahead.
You even know what you're reading?
Yeah.
He's reading all
How
of it.
come his is not highlighted?
Because I don't need it.
And I didn't feel like highlighting.
I'm out.
You guys,
Yeah.
Go, Danny, go.
this is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a hum. Alexis woke up to another migraine headache. She was becoming worried that something else might be going on. Something more serious. She would get migraines periodically, but this one had been persistent for days now. Her boyfriend, Brian, walked into the bathroom as she was taking some medicine for her headache.
I think I need one of those too.
He said, taking the bottle from her and dropping the pill in his hand.
You're getting a migraine too?
She asked.
I hope not.
That's the most manliest woman I've ever heard. It's like, yeah,
Hey, I'm
that's
just
kind of
reading.
hot. That's like,
Let me start over.
You guys
Alex.
You're reading the girl part. Maybe they should switch.
No, you know what? It's 2022. For the purposes of the story, it's
Yeah.
Alex.
it's Alex. She only has one line anyway, so.
I think I need one of those too.
He said, taking the bottle from her and dropping the pill in his hand.
You're getting a migraine too?
Fucking drummers! God damn it! You're a woman!
Wait, let me try it.
We try it.
Hold on, let me try it. You're getting a migraine too?
That's my. There we go. So turned on right now. That's my brother.
Just got hurt. God, I hope not.
He replied.
I can just feel a headache coming. Maybe we have a cold front.
Alex's headache had been going on for too long for it to be related to the weather, but she wasn't mentally able to debate it.
Are we all doing William Shatner right now? I
They
feel like
kissed
we're all
each
doing
other
William Shatner.
and went their separate ways to work. The day was hard for her. Her migraine was making it hard to concentrate, and by the early afternoon, she told her boss she needed to head home early. When Brian arrived home, he was surprised to see her car in the driveway. He was usually the first one home.
Alexis!
He called out as he crossed the threshold.
My
No
electric turned
answer.
on.
He dropped his computer bag and saw her lying unconscious on the kitchen floor and ran to her.
God damn it, Alexis!
He cried out. He tried to call 911, but kept getting a big busy signal.
If I could just
Not
hear a
willing to
soft
sit there
voice one more
waiting on the
time.
call to go through, he scooped her up and carried her to his car. Once she was safely strapped in the backseat, he drove off towards the hospital. The hospital was in total chaos. Cars were parked on curbs, and the platoon of nurses and doctors were moving quickly to gather up as many of the newly arriving patients as fast as they could. Brian lifted Alexis out of the car and carried her to the hospital entrance.
Help me, my wife has collapsed!
He cried out, attracting the attention of a male nurse.
This way.
The nurse told him. As Brian followed the nurse, he asked,
What's going on?
People have been complaining of headaches now for a couple of days, but those headaches have grown into migraines, and many are starting to collapse.
What?
the nurse said, weaving through the crowd.
We don't need what's causing it. We don't know what's causing it, but we're trying to find a solution as quickly as we can.
He led Brian to an empty bed.
Yeah.
Party's getting started now.
Good movie. This is awesome.
Lay her here.
The nurse said.
I'll get a doctor here as fast as I can.
After a few hours later, Brian exited the insanely crazy hospital, feeling like he had been stabbed in the heart. The doctors had done the best they could, but in the end, Alexis slipped away. They were never able to give him a reasonable explanation, and it seemed to be happening to everyone. Brian rubbed his temple. He could hear the constant hum, and he could feel his headache quickly building. Maybe I'll... Oh.
Huh? Maybe I'll see you sooner rather than later.
I think the one thing he missed was her
He
voice.
thought. He gave one last look back at the hospital, and knowing there was nothing they could do, he walked away.
Don't look at me.
Professor Donald Williams of the Science Institute held out his sonic measuring device as he walked the halls of the crowded hospital. He was picking up the same resonating hum that seemed to be everywhere, and the level was constant. He had hoped the signal would get stronger or weaker as he walked around, giving him an idea of where the source of the signal could be coming from. Once he was sure he wasn't going to find any answers at the hospital, he left and drove back to his lab. He had already deduced that the hum was the cause of all the headaches people were experiencing. A few days later, he had detected the signal, though he couldn't determine where it was coming from. When he started seeing his peers around him complaining of headaches, he quickly connected the two, and then tried to find a way to block the signal. He had informed the hospitals of what he found, but without a solution, there was nothing any of them could do. He had started with earplugs, noise-canceling headphones, and even tried staying in his soundproof room, but to no avail. He tried to find the frequency so that he could use an opposite sound wave in an attempt to cancel out the signal, but he wasn't able to pinpoint the exact frequency. Though he wasn't sure where the signal was coming from, one thing he was sure of was that it was getting stronger, and the stronger it got, the more people it would affect.
Dun dun dun.
He rubbed his hands in his hair and then gently rubbed his temples.
Oh, great, I thought. Now it's happening to me.
I fucking love it.
As day
Hollywood, you know where to reach me.
As day gave way to night, he took aspirin so he could continue to work. Anything he could do to keep the headaches at bay. He knew the stronger the pain that was invading his head got, the harder it would be to concentrate. Early in the morning, his phone rang.
Dr. Williams!
He answered.
Donald.
His friend and colleague, Dr. Tom Burton, started.
We found the source of the signal.
What?
Donald said.
You guys are killing me. That's great, Tom. How do we shut it off?
We don't.
Tom replied.
What do you mean we don't?
Donald asked.
I mean, it's out of our reach.
Tom replied. Donald was confused.
It's coming from space.
Tom clarified. 3 hours later, Don arrived at the university where Tom was a lab professor. Upon his arrival, they shook hands and Tom led him to the lab, where they had been able to locate the direction the signal was coming from.
We're still scanning space to isolate the area from which the signal is coming from, but so far, we haven't seen anything of note.
Tom explained. He led Donald to a large machine with a number of displays. Almost all of them were showing the sine waves of the signal that was causing everyone to hear hum and have headaches.
The reason we haven't been able to isolate the frequency is because it's being transmitted across all the known frequencies.
Tom explained.
The signal is very advanced, and we haven't been able to find a solution on how to stop it.
He continued.
Many of my lab techs are dealing with headaches, and a few not been able to continue. I've started to pull as many personnel from the departments to replace them. But as of this morning, only half a dozen of us have yet to experience any headaches. Everyone who has been experiencing the headaches have complained of hearing a constant hum. We can only assume it's the signal, but every effort to block the signal hasn't worked. The only thing we know for sure is that the signal is getting stronger, and that it's affecting the entire planet. No country is safe. And every scientist on the world is working on the solution. As the signal gets stronger, more begin to hear the hum and begin getting headaches. Those that have already been hearing the hum and have headaches complain that it gets much worse, turning into full-blown migraines.
Man, we harmonize pretty good.
Those with migraines don't last long, as they end up going to the hospital to seek help, but we have yet to have anyone return. Our only hope is that the signal gets stronger, we can isolate the source, and then will help us focus our efforts to block the signal, or even signal back, hoping whoever is sending it will stop.
Can't we send a message in the direction we know it's coming from? Steve?
Donald.
We already did!
We already did, B!
But there's no response. Our hope for now is that the signal becomes stronger, the better we'll be able to find a way to block it. Of course, as time goes by, the headaches will only make it more difficult to concentrate and eventually work at all.
They both understood the gravity of the situation as they argued,
Damn it, Jim.
and
I'm a
quickly
doctor, not a
resumed work in the
scientist.
desperate hope of finding a solution.
Drummer.
They both worked through the night, but by morning, Donald was unable to focus and could only do minimal tasks. He knew that going to the hospital to seek treatment wouldn't help, so he decided the best course of action was to keep working until the end. The end came at 3 in the afternoon. Tom, who now had the makings of a pretty bad headache himself, could only spare a few moments to mourn his friend, and then it was back to work. Tom was in constant contact with the scientists from around the world, all working towards common goal of locating the source of the code and a way to block it. But as time passed with no new answers, their numbers began to dwindle. Tom tirelessly worked as he watched one by one of his colleagues collapse and die shortly after. His own headaches were getting worse, and he knew he didn't have much longer.
I just wish I could get rid of this stupid hum for just a few minutes.
He begged to no one in particular. Taking a short break, he walked down the hall to the break room to grab some coffee. Because of the migraine, he was no longer able to sleep. All he could do was mainline coffee to keep himself as alert as possible. There were several televisions on, and all of them were running reports on the number of deaths the signal was causing. They droned on about what the governments were working on, possible leads scientists were pursuing, and how much longer they expected the planet to survive. Apparently, the constant hum was also affecting all the animals, and they were dying off as quickly as the human come. Are we getting sidetracked? It's like being at practice, I swear. Tom slipped his coffee.
Who are you guys again?
Tom sipped his coffee, hoping something someone would say would give a clue as to what was happening. As he stood up to leave, before him stood a humanoid creature staring back at him.
Oh God, I'm losing my mind.
He thought, keeping his gaze on the alien before him. It looked like he was trying to communicate with him, but all he could hear was the constant hum that was beginning to block out all the other sounds. Tom used hand gestures to convey that he had no idea what the alien was trying to tell him. He felt slightly amused at the thought that he might actually be only talking to himself.
I'm about to die, and this is what my mind has defaulted to?
He asked himself. He carried on the confusing conversation when suddenly the hum grew enormously louder, causing him to drop to one knee in pain. The alien approached him with a look of wanting to help, but Tom felt like his head was about to explode. The world around him was becoming increasingly blurry, and with the final shot of pain, his world went black.
Dun dun dun.
The fuck?
The fuck?
Oh, is that how you?
I don't know.
I'll try that.
Is that the
Tnock! Snapped his head back.
Hey, making up alien names is not as easy as it looks.
It's not. It's a fine name. I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
Tanoke. No, it's Tanakh.
I think it's
Tanoch.
Tnock. Snapped his head
Part
back
Klingon.
as his connection with the human was severed. He shook his head slowly. He couldn't understand why he was having so much trouble keeping a connection to the creatures that inhabited the planet they were slowly approaching. He turned around to face his captain and report in his own language.
Sir, I've just lost another connection to another one of those creatures.
He said,
I don't understand what the issue could be.
I don't think he's a robot.
I didn't know how I was supposed to.
"No, you're doing fine. Don't let him."
We have not encountered this issue with any other planet we have visited.
He's never invited to parties. He's the weird one.
Still you, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I began reaching out a cycle ago.
Why is voice changing?
I don't know. Puberty. Yeah.
Alien puberty.
And as we got in closer, I have been able to make contact with many of them, but after only moments of opening communications with them, the connection is severed, and I am forced to start over. What are your orders?
The captain looked at him as he contemplated their next move.
Didn't you say your connections were becoming easier and more frequent as we neared the planet?
Yes, sir.
Tnock, replied.
I am not able to connect to a being much faster. The connection never lasts.
The captain nodded.
Very well. While we prefer to announce our arrival ahead of time so they can better prepare themselves for our arrival. We may have to arrive unexpected and hope for the best. Continue your attempts until we arrive. Increase power if you need to.
Yes, sir.
Replied.
Sir.
One cycle later, they arrived at the planet they had been attempting to communicate with through a telepathic connection.
Sir.
Started.
This is strange, but I am not reading any life form on the planet.
The captain stood up in surprise.
Explain!
Demanded.
Every living creature on this planet appears to be dead.
Reply explained.
The cause?
The captain asked. No, sir.
Answered.
All I can tell is it happened recently. That may explain why I have not been able to communicate with any of the cycle.
Oh my god.
Continue the scan.
The captain instructed.
Once we are sure it wasn't a virus or possess a threat to us, we will land on the planet for further investigation. In the meantime, begin transmitting to the next planet on our charts. Once we complete our investigation here, we'll continue on them.
Yes, sir.
Replied. 2 cycles later, reported from the surface back up to the captain.
Sir,
He began.
I'm afraid I discovered the cause of their extinction.
What was the cause?
The captain asked.
I'm afraid it was us.
Replied.
Apparently their minds were not able to accept the telepathic link and instead overwhelmed by their minds, I'm afraid we inadvertently caused their extinction.
The captain, overwhelmed with remorse, shut off communications with and lowered his heads into his hands.
What have we done?
Oh wow, man. That was.
If nobody else is gonna do it, I'm just gonna.
Good job, guys. Great job. Great job. And people can hear us because the sound's working now. That's the important thing. We got to wait to the end with like no sound. We're like, all right, guys, we're doing it again. You guys gonna stay the night.
Once again, that story was called Hum.
I was like worried that one time it's like you're gonna say hum, and I'd be like the only one that does like hum. Oh, really, guys?
We picked up on that.
We got your back, man.
Appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right, we're gonna take a short break real quick, and then we're gonna come say goodbye to these guys. They got a couple more shots they gotta do, and then we'll come back and say goodbye. So one more little self.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. This time it'll be a full minute, so you guys have plenty of time
To run to the kitchen.
to run to the kitchen. Whatever you're gonna do.
Tell me before you push the button.
All right, ready? We're going. And 3, 2.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Yeah. All right, we are back again. We got random band members just disappearing. Every time we go on break, someone disappears. Oh, come on through. You come on through. No, I mean you're all right.
He's embarrassed.
He
didn't like his.
We won't.
alien
We're not
voice.
we're gonna like point at you or anything when you walk by. It's not like we're gonna
He's
make you
offended that Tony said he sounded like a robot.
For some reason, the alien captain sounded like Alexis.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. I was hoping that like the last line would be like all I could remember was the sound of her voice. Ryan.
Ryan.
Get here and make love to me.
$20.
Do you want to come in here for the goodbye? Or
2 beers.
Jeff, you coming back in?
He's coming.
There he goes.
Oh,
We got the beer. It's over there.
don't worry.
Oh, that's okay. We just see your ass now. That's fine. That worked out.
Yeah.
Hey!
You left the beer over there.
I just pulled a
Hold
Jeff
on.
out of my hat.
Telepathic. Hold on.
Was that?
Come here, beer.
Come here, beer.
All right. I mean, go do it again. I think you just gotta focus. That's all you gotta do.
All right. Yeah!
Fucking force, baby.
Woo! Yeah.
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 All right. That was a little more than the 18%. It could also have been the bourbon too.
Going back and forth between the two.
Holy crap!
This shit's hilarious. I like it. It's funny. I've had a really good time.
I'm glad you guys came on. We talked about doing the other thing, but I think we'll just pass on that tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a
You
good
guys
place.
will-
I think it's a good
I think it
place.
makes. I gotta come up with like better games. Like, well, initially I was gonna do like a bring up like on YouTube video like a trivia thing on there, but I didn't have time to put that together.
Yeah,
But
playing ahead, you know.
I know.
Yeah, what song am I playing right now?
Is it Sweet Child of Mine?
Damn!
How'd you know?
Ah, look at
Because
that.
he was doing Axl Rose really good. I told you, you just gotta like find the front man
What
to
did
like.
they win?
What do they win?
You get to go see these guys June 11th,
June 11th at Hank's Pub.
Hank's
Come
Pub
check
in
us out.
Dayton.
It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be a good
gonna
time.
Fun show. If you've not seen us before live, we're a fun band. Come out and watch us. We have a good time. We throw a
They
party.
are a really good time, and if you like, their fans are like very welcoming too, and they all like sing their songs. You know, they're kind of like I like Fish, but they're just like more.
Yeah. might turn some people off with that.
I know. Never mind. They're like the other band that
It's
people
like
like.
it's like Fish meets Limp Bizkit or something. Oh god, that didn't make things better, did it?
I did it all for the Nookie. Yeah, they're classics. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Blast as always. Looking forward to seeing their show. Hopefully their new album will come out later on this year.
It will.
Hopefully
It will.
that video will come out.
Yep.
We'll be able to blow that up. Get these guys back on the internet.
Yep.
Like the younger people are, and then of course
Who
they
are
got the
you
show
guys
you'll
again?
love.
God, what?
ADHD or something. I can't remember. It's one of those.
Bisexual.
Bisexual. It was one of those. It just type in bi in
Bicentennial.
Google and it'll probably come up. I'm sure.
in
I'm sure they'll be the first one. Just type in BI and see what Google
All
fills
the
in for you.
Okay, Google. Is it no, Alexa? Play
Right there.
45,324.
And now you're listening to our album. We've tried it.
She didn't do anything.
Here's the story. Meantime, back here at home due to the economy, gas prices.
They
That's
turned
our
us
album.
off. That's our album.
That's our intro to our
That's
album.
the intro to our album.
Oh, actually, which one of your songs that's like put on
House
real quick?
Party.
Come on. Alexa, play House Party from BiPolar Opposites on Spotify. Let's see if it comes up real quick.
House party from Spotify.
Why should you listen over here?
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, this is our different intro.
Alexa,
Look,
stop.
We really need to go viral. We need to be the top
I don't
of
know
the
who the
list
fuck
here.
that was, but that was not them.
Usually 45,000 works.
I thought it was going to play a house party playlist. It was
Okay.
like orchestra music.
No, listen, this is the trick. Usually, if you want to listen to us, you have to say, Alexa, play House Party by the artist, BiPolar Opposites.
Okay, she's right here. Okay. Alexa,
Oh, she didn't hear me?
House Party by the BiPolar Opposites
Artist.
Spotify. I had to whisper.
House party by Sam Hunt from
Who the
Spotify.
fuck are you?
Who the hell's Sam Hunt?
Oh,
Who even knows who that is?
We're just kidding.
Alexa, stop. Fucking stupid.
Alexa,
Just give up.
play Bipolar Opposites.
Here.
There it is. There's
No,
House
it's
Party.
not it.
Here, let me show you how to do it.
Oh.
I got you right here. We're gonna go out with this, and I'm gonna silence it.
You know,
We
this
suck.
is all big
Alexa
music.
don't know who the
It's
fuck we are.
Yeah, it's
controlling everything.
They're trying to shut us
They're
off.
trying to shut us down.
They're trying to shut us
the little
down.
man.
okay. The man's always shut.
It's the man.
It's
That's
the man.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
the fucking man,
It's the man.
again.
It's always the man.
Bipolar, sexual.
Oh my God, where's your robe at?
But-
Tony? Take your shirt off, put your robe on for the outfit.
Here it is. Opposites.
Take your hat off, too.
How do you spell up? There it is. Oh, I found you. All right, I found you. All right, here we go. Which one is it?
Nobody's watching at this point.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
it's-
4 viewers right now.
Here we're gonna play.
You're one of them.
4 5.
Slip biscuit.
We'll play the 4 5 3 2 4. How about that?
This is a good outro song.
45,320.
Oh, here we go. It's gonna be our
That's us.
outro song. That's a good way to go.
There you
So
go.
this is one of their songs. Take a quick listen. Soak it in.
Here it comes. Ready? Steve.
No.
All right.
Steve, Danny.
Bipolar Opposites. Hank's Pub.
June 11th.
June 11th.
With Grey Cloud 9.
And
God damn it!
Keep fucking going.
I should know it too. I'm sorry.
They got a
guys.
couple other bands.
Angels in the Gallows.
Yes,
There we go.
Yes.
Come
What
up with
he
it.
said, Angela.
Angel-
Gallows.
All right. We'll see you guys in a couple
Thanks for
weeks.
watching.
We have another one. Make sure you like and subscribe.
We'll be right back.
See you guys.